What's up, guys? This is Dante from the official Crushing My Diabetes Facebook group. This video will not be me talking. It will be a segment from a live stream I did with my dad covering the topic of fasting. More specifically, how to fast. If you don't know any idea about fasting, what fasting is, this video is going to tell you everything you need to know about fasting, how to fast, and why you should be fasting. JK, I didn't say that because that's illegal. You shouldn't fast. We fast, and we have amazing results because we do that. And if somebody so happened to copy those results, they probably get the same results. But we can't tell you to do that because it's illegal in the United States to say that because the United States is stupid. So without further ado, here's the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching, and thank you for being a part of the Crushing My Diabetes group.
Okay, so usually, like, I kind of look at fasting like a diet. So, what's the one thing you do when you start a diet? Well, it's you decide when you're going to stop, right? That's how diets work, right? When I lose 20 pounds, I'm going to do this for 2 weeks. I'm going to whatever, right? You have some idea of when you're going to stop, and that's how you can deal with the diet. And the same thing with fasting. So, in the beginning, what I would do is I would plan out the meal I was going to eat when I was done fasting. And keep in mind, the longer you fast, the more delicate you should. Most of the time, you can eat a meal when you come out of fasting and you'll be just fine. But sometimes, like, you kind of throw your body for a loop if you've been fasting for a little while and you eat a big meal. So it's good to come out having fruit.
So real quick, what does that mean if, like, let's say I fasted for 3 days straight and then I just had, like, a crazy, like, freaking King Arthur table banquet waiting for me and I just started stuffing my face?
Yeah, so some people get, like, either they get nauseous or, like, they just don't feel good, or they, like, get, like, maybe heart palpitations or things like. I mean, it's pretty rare, but it does happen from time to time. So
I just kind of realized, like, maybe people hearing this for the first time, they're just like, whoa, like, I don't know, like, it sounds dangerous. What would you say to those people?
So 1 to 3 day fast, nobody dies, right? Nobody has a heart attack. Nothing happens. You might have an emotional heart attack, but you're not going to have a literal one. They're super long fasts. There is a super small number of people who. So what can happen is your kidney, like your liver, most often your liver can give out because. So when you're fasting, your body has all this energy and it starts to get rid of the toxins. You can actually overwhelm your liver and it can shut down. And so I always tell people just do 1 to 3 days of fasting and you should be good there. If you get to the point where you're feeling like I feel dizzy and I don't feel good about doing this right now, I'm dizzy and I like just grab. So have something in your fridge like grapes, and just grab 4 or 5 grapes and eat them, and then continue your fast as if you didn't. It's fine, right? What we're talking about here is long term, right? If you mess up, you didn't mess up. It's not messing up. What you're doing is you're just slowly changing your life. If you get to the goal of 1 day of fasting and that's what you plan, great. And if you only got to 12 hours, okay, when's the next one, right? It's all about when the next one is. What's the next thing? If you're looking about, like, I failed, then you think, I'm not good at this fasting thing. I can't do it. Everybody can do it. Just like what you do is you emulate success. That's how people are good at things, is they break it down into a small enough thing that anybody can manage it. You can manage this by not worrying about the results you get. Don't be result-oriented.
Okay, good to go. Sorry if you just want to pick it back up.
So the key to doing anything successful, and, well, like, this is like free life coaching, is ritual over being results-oriented. So when and I was a coach for a while and pretty good basketball player, and the thing is when you're teaching somebody to shoot, they shoot the ball, they watch whether it goes in or not, and then they react. oh, it didn't go in, or yay, it went in. This is being results oriented. You do something and then you look at the results. And of course, we have to occasionally look at the results to kind of gauge where we're at. But that's not what you want to do on a regular basis. What you want to do on a regular basis is what I refer to as a ritual. So create a ritual, something that you have faith that it is the correct thing to do, regardless of the short-term result. And then you do that ritual over and over again, and that will get you results. Every time, it's much more powerful than result-oriented activities. So same thing with fasting, right? Develop your ritual, right? So earlier I was saying if you're skipping breakfast, and then you just skip lunch as well, 1 day a week, then you fasted 1 day a week. Like, that's an amazing amount, right? If you can, one thing I want to talk about in fasting is, some of you may have heard of steroids. So your body makes testosterone naturally, but you can take something, artificial steroids that will either give you testosterone or trigger your body to somehow make more testosterone. There's also something in your body called HGH, which is also a synthetically manufactured, it's in the steroid area. It's not exactly a steroid, but this HGH is an amazing thing, which actually naturally increases once you've fasted for about 18 hours. In men, it goes up it increases as much as 1,500%, which is a huge amount. And in women, almost up to 800%. But the thing about HGH, it's not like testosterone, where if you inject it, you get this immediate reaction. Your body just goes, wow, right? And this is 100% healthy, right? HGH has never been shown to have a side effect, right? Even the synthetic that people take, it's never been shown to have if you take too much testosterone, weird stuff goes on in your body, but not HGH. But we're talking about something that naturally forms, and it naturally forms when you're fasting. So when you don't have food, your body would do this. So it's actually a great thing for your body. And it triggers all these amazing things to happen. But the first time you fast, let's say you go 20 hours, so you have 2 hours of this potentially heightened level of HGH. 2 hours of HGH doesn't do anything. For whatever reason, they don't quite know why, but your body doesn't respond to HGH until you've had this increased level of HGH over a long period of time, up to like 6 months. So within a month or two, you'll actually, your body will actually, there will be a difference, but it's just hard for you to notice on the outside. But, usually by 5 or 6 months of steady fasting, you will be able to consciously notice that difference. And so there's been a difference for, a good 4 or 5 months, but you're going to actually notice because it's going to be such a large difference at about 6 months. So you get this benefit when you're fasting of this increased level of HGH, which helps in healing, which helps in testosterone. You're talking about like, oh, I'm trying to lift, I'm trying to get big, I'm trying to tone my body. Guess what? There's a way to naturally increase the testosterone in your body, and that's by fasting. Seems crazy. I know, like, some people talk about, fasting eats, like, when you fast, then your body eats your muscles. This is blatantly untrue, scientifically untrue. And in fact, the increased level of HGH, one of the things that HGH does is it essentially, to put it simply, is it instructs your body to not eat your muscle. It tells it, don't eat muscle because I'm going to need that to catch more food, to get more food, right? I may need to have to run or fight or, lots of stuff's going to happen. I can't certainly, think about it evolution-wise. Do you think that's a good model? Like, you think we would survive if, as soon as we didn't have something to eat, our body ate the thing that helped us get more food later? No, that's an absurd thought. How would we have survived on this planet? No. What happens is it begins to protect our muscles because it's the single most important thing. What can the body give up during that time? Body fat. And so it will start to say, okay, let's start breaking down body fat now. And then eventually it will eat a little bit of your muscles, but that's like way down the road. Nothing to do with 1 to 3 days of fasting, right? And actually nothing to do with 21 days of fasting. We're talking about extensive amounts of fasting where you're using up more food than your body has. That's when it'll start to eat some of the muscle. But it's going to hold on to your muscle as much as possible for as long as possible. And for these 1 to 3 day fasts, that's not going to affect your muscles at all. So if there's any bros watching this, take heart. You're going to be fine.
It's kind of amazing how durable the human machine is, that like you can go that long without eating and you're fine.
So plan out your fast. What am I going to do? If I'm going to do 24 hours or 48 hours or 72 hours, what am I going to do afterward? How am I going to reward myself? First time I'm going to come out of it. So let's say I'm done. I want to eat what's great is just to have 15 grapes or an apple or half an apple. And then maybe 3 or 4 hours later, I might have a small meal if I'm feeling great. And, you could even do it even an hour or two later if you have a little bit of food and your body reacts great, right? You just have food and you're like, oh man, that was such a great fast. Now I've had some food. And keep in mind that if you're diabetic, and your body's not in a great shape and you finish your fast and you eat your meal, you're going to get tired, right? You're not going to be cured because you went 24 hours without eating.
Not saying there is a cure.
There's no cure. But what's going to happen is you're going to repeat this process and develop a ritual. Your body is going to be able to work on itself. It's going to be able to get rid of toxins. And that's what the fast is about. The fast is about going into the sewer system in your house and saying, this lymphatic system, and saying, we're going to start to process this stuff out. We're going to start to get rid of this stuff. And over time, that's going to happen. You're going to get to the point, where, no more burning toe. And, I don't have to take a nap when I eat something. And, I have lots and lots of energy. And, it is worked like a miracle for me. So fasting is a thing. If you get dizzy, I'm just going to say, find a doctor that knows something about this and talk to him about it. But me personally, I've read that most of the time when you're dizzy, it's just you separating from sugar. And so let's see, I always see, can I get through this? One time I was fasting and it began to hurt on the back right here. And so I was like, oh man. So I looked it up. It turned out I hadn't been drinking enough water and my kidneys were starting to work without water. That's painful. And so it does that pain to tell you. And it's weird because I was way thirsty, but I was like, man, I'm so thirsty. But I didn't realize that my body was saying, hey, my kidneys were going, help, I need liquid to get this crap out. So I just drank this huge cup of water after I did my Google flu and realized that, this could be the problem. I did my Google flu and, within 2 or 3 minutes, the pain was significantly reduced. And within 20 minutes, I felt right as rain. So, sure, your body's going to go a little cuckoo, but whatever's happening to me, I feel is 100% worth it to get to this point. And, and my body did too. For those that do a long fast, if you ever decide to do a bunch of research on it.
And talk to us. Also, if you decide to join the group and you're in the group, feel free to ask questions how can I do this? That's exactly what we're here for.
And tell everybody else that's in the group what's going on with you while you're doing this stuff. Even if it was hard or you couldn't do it or whatever your plans are, talk about them. because I think it helps a ton. Just to because there's a lot of fear wrapped up in all this, and it's warranted. Like you're doing something that you probably never did in your life, and your body's going to react in strange ways that you're not used to. Another thing, once you go over 10 days of fasting, so around the third or fourth day, you'll probably stop pooping. It's different for different people, but think about that for a moment. You haven't eaten for 3 days, but you're still pooping. That's how long it takes you to process some of this stuff out. And it could be leftover stuff from even longer. But you know what's weird is you won't actually stop pooping. You'll just get further apart because your body's going to accumulate stuff. And then once there's enough, it's going to get down to the bottom of your bowels and come out, right? I want to say my 15th day, sorry for those of you, this is going to sound gross, but my poop was white. And I flipped out. I was like, I didn't even know what to think because I'm like pretty white. And so I went back to trusty Google Foo, and it turned out that this was the stuff like, there's like a mucus stuff that's in meat that, that stuff that kind of makes it chewy that your body doesn't break down too well, amongst other things that are lining your intestines, sometimes for years, sometimes decades, and it doesn't ever leave. But when you fast for huge amounts of time, even this gets broken down and moved out, and that's what this white material was. It was like plaster on my, and so do you imagine how difficult it is for me to take in nutrients? You know that when you're overweight, you're hungrier than normal people, and the reason for that is because you're actually nutrient starved. So the first thing is, when you're eating food that's not properly balanced and it's not able to deliver the correct kind of nutrients, but there's a ton of it there, your body wants to make fat, right? To actually store up some of this stuff for later use because it thinks you're going to be you might be starving later and you'll need it. But the thing is, most fat contains all the nutrients you need to be healthy. So it will rob the nutrients out of the food that you are processing and put it in the fat. So you're even starving your current meal is almost no nutrients because what little there was in there, a good portion of it went to make the fat that you'll be able to use later so that your fat will be healthy and nutrient rich. And so then you're hungry because you don't have the nutrients your body needs to do its normal everyday function. That's why fruits and vegetables are so powerful because they're full, jammed full of these very things, but almost nothing else. So you get all these nutrients, but you don't get any of the other crap that your body has trouble processing. It just gets rid of it very quickly, and you get a ton of nutrients. Also, juicing anything is way healthy, and it's even less work on your body. So that's that much extra time that you get to. So also, if you want to do a juice fast, go for it. It's not as good as a normal fast, but it is still a million times better than eating food. So juice fast if you can, but always try to get your at least once a week, get a 24-hour in. And 6 months later, it will pay off. But the more often you do it, the bigger the payoff will be.
Awesome. And as like a final thought, like if they get to a position where it's like, holy crap, I'm starving, like, oh man, like what would you say to get them through that period?
Well, get on and talk to other people, that helps, but do something else. So plan out things that you can do that will take up your time. So if you have a hobby, if you want to build a model airplane, as weird as that is, go build your model airplane. I bought a PlayStation, and it's long gone, but it helped me so much during that time because, I was terrible at everything, but I just sat there, hammering the joystick, and it kept me from thinking about how much I wanted a Whopper. So
there you go.
That's figure out what you can do instead. And then if there's no food at your house and you have to go somewhere to buy it, that's just one extra step that can help you to keep from eating when you wanted to.
Awesome. Thank Dad. Real quick, just leaving and everybody watching. This is the last video. I want to thank you, Pops, for coming on and helping me, create this for people and to share this information, because I think your story is kind of unbelievable and awesome, and like the information you talk about is life-changing. It's not like a hype thing, like it works. So the fact we can share this is freaking amazing. Thank you for coming on.
It's not magical goji berry juice. It's just the way our body works. And Dante, put up the guy's name that won the Nobel.
I'll have that included. Yes.
Prize in Science. I think I can't remember now. I think maybe it was chemistry that he won it in. But put it up so people can just go take a look at the stuff he did. Now, if anybody has anything to say, you can just say science. So back
science,
up.
bro. No Nobel Prize.
Yeah, and we're talking about autoimmune diseases, all of them. And they're not just going to be done or cured or anything like that. But your body has the ability to fight these things, but not while it's fighting everything else. So put it in a position that it can best work against things that are invading, attacking, or growing that shouldn't be growing in your body.
Awesome. Thank you again, Dad. Everyone listening, click the link below. First 10 people again, completely free. The rest can be a small fee. Thank you guys for listening.
But come on, you just listen to 2.5 hours. If you're still here and you can't spend $50 to change your life,
or free $3.99.
Either free. I mean, you should almost want to pay. Anyway.
Yes, click the link below. Thank you,
great.
Dad. I appreciate it.
I look forward to our first, little
batch of people
Q&A session and see who does it and what they're doing, what they're going through. I mean, I'm kind of excited to hear some people's stories.
Likewise. All right, Dad. I will talk to you later.
All right. Talk to you later, Dante.